Welcome everyone to a new YouTube video and to the Calisthenics Villa. Today we're interviewing athletes from all areas of calisthenics about their advice on setting goals for the new year. The new year is around the corner, New Year resolutions are a big thing, and today we want to find out what professional athletes think about it. Let's go.
I think setting goals is not a bad thing. Definitely it's something that you need to do and something that you need to follow. But there is one big mistake everyone is basically experiencing in life is that you're setting a goal and you're always delaying the process. What I can recommend is set your goal. It can be next year, it can be now. And I'm saying now because when you set the goal, you need to start doing it from now. Taking the actions is the most important, and it's the most important to understand that you need to do it as quick as possible to start. You need to start now so you can achieve it. Because if you delay everything, you'll possibly never achieve it.
Most years, I would set sort of like a mood board or visualize. So something that I look at to see what is it I'm actually aiming towards. Because if you can see it, that is the first step. So even before you write anything, I would try and see it. Whether it's something you're looking at from Google or you put it together yourself, I would just look at that thing. Then I'd start going into the details, how long I want to hold, by what time, just to kind of keep myself accountable. First visualize it and then go into the details.
Make baby steps, one step after the other. If you want to learn a pull-up, for example, start with shoulder shrugs and then baby steps. So if you have a goal and it's insane high, you lose your motivation if you can't reach this goal. So baby steps, then you're motivated step by step, and I think then you can reach your goal.
If you're about to set the New Year resolutions, I have a few tips that I really want you to have in mind. And the first one is to avoid the unrealistic goals, especially if you come from a background where you haven't done too much training, you're not really into the routines. It is going to be hard for you to set a really big goal where it's not really built in stages for you to reach there. For example, if you say, I just want to reach the full planche this year, that is of course a really nice goal. It might be achievable for a few people. What I recommend instead you to do is to set a SMART goal. And what that means is that it's more specific, it's measurable, and you also have a timetable or time stamp to when you're going to achieve it. And a SMART goal, for example, could be, I'm going to train 2 to 3 times per week for the upcoming year. It's very concrete, it's very specific. Everyone would understand, like, did you show up 2 to 3 times every week? Yes or no? That's a pretty clear question. That is also going to be easier for you to track. So you know that every single week, did I live up to the expectations of my goal or did I not? And if you do that for 1 year, I promise you are gonna see insane amount of results because you've been so consistent.
I think setting goals for a new year is more like a trend and picked up by social media. I mean, I think it's really cool to have goals, but I don't think they should be limited for 365 days. It's cool to have an end goal that you want to approach, but I think the most important thing is to just keep improving from day to day. And if you want to be able to achieve a huge amount of reps, maybe because you saw someone else is able to do, you gotta understand that everyone is different when it comes to body, when it comes to the type of training they do. I always for myself wanted to always grow, so I'm able to do as much push-ups as I'm able to do pull-ups and vice versa. And then I realized I do have some genetic predispositions for certain type of exercises, so I'm not disappointed just because I didn't achieve some goals that I see some other athlete did. So I think it's very important to have goals that are specific to yourself, and the only way to achieve that is to know yourself and not just chasing goals that someone else has for yourself.
One common and the biggest mistake that I keep seeing from year to year is basically making a resolution that you are only following for a month because you're overshooting. I would recommend to approach your goals realistically, your desire. Maybe asking around how long did it take you to do this and that. Some experienced guys or some guys that made it up there. We tend to be too harsh on ourselves and nobody else even knows about it. Just taking it slow, taking it easy, general is a conceptual approach into everything that you do. Maybe even undershooting the goals is maybe even better because you can always extend the range of your goal within the year. So start slow, maybe more realistic, and then build it up as you go.
And in terms of mistakes, I would say people are either too ambitious or maybe not ambitious enough. It's sort of hard to say, it depends on the person. Be sure sure to really push yourself with what you're trying to visualize, you know, a few steps ahead of what you can do, because you can do a lot when you're thinking about it. And again, subconscious will work hard at getting towards that goal when you're reminding yourself of it. So don't just make the New Year's resolution and never look at it again. Look at it after January into February and so on.
Are you setting goals for the new year, and why? Why not?
Yes, I'm setting goals for the new year, and I'm starting them directly. I'm starting the process directly because, like I said, I experienced it many times. I set the goals for the next year and I'm like, okay, from the next year I'll start do the things. But now it's not like this. If I set, let's say, a goal for the next year, I'll start it directly now.
I'm not really setting goals for a new year. I'm setting goals from day to day, from week to week, depending on the goals I achieve. The reason why is I don't like pressure. I don't like to put myself under unnecessary pressure because I know that I'm working hard on myself. So even though if I'm not able to achieve something in 365 days, you know, doesn't make me a less of a person. So yeah, I do set goals for myself, but not from year to year.
My goals have become more and more to enjoy the training. And I will tell you this, that when you reach a certain level, it's not just about training for a specific goal, because at the end of the day, you will eventually reach that goal. And what I found is to have a bigger purpose, and that for me is to really enjoy the training. At the end of the day, like, I have my goals, I'm training for specific skills. So yes, in theory they are, but I also know that some skills will take longer than 1 year to achieve. But the main thing I focus on is to really enjoy the training. And if I do that, I know that I will be really consistent and also get tons of results just as a side effect of that.
My goal always is to stay healthy. I love it to train. I love it to train not only 3 times a week, I love it to train perhaps 5 or 6 times a week. If I can't do this, I feel sad.
I do set the goals for myself, but I do set the goals without the deadline. And why is because it gives you certain freedom, but you need to come to an agreement with yourself that I don't have the deadline, but I'm gonna work my ass off. It's like an inner conversation, literally. It's an inner deal with yourself that, all right, I'm gonna work my ass off and there is no way back. But if there is a way back, it would mean that you are not really willing to accomplish something that bad.
I hope you enjoyed this video and it helps you to crush your goals in 2026 or in the next year, whenever you're watching this. See you in the next one.